Hello and welcome back to another quick fix. Today we're going to be fixing a somewhat common issue for these Xbox 360 controllers, which are the bumper buttons not registering presses properly. Sometimes these will still register the taps, but it feels a little awkward to press the button from the top, or maybe it's just not as consistent as you'd like it to be. This can be a super annoying problem, especially if the bumper button is for reloading like in ODST or Gears of War. You press it and nothing happens, or you need to hit it multiple times in a row and then you mess up your reloads. So what do we need to fix it, and why does this happen in the first place? Let's jump into it. You'll only need a few tools for this, and no soldering is required either. A screwdriver and a T8 or T9 Torx security bit is needed for opening the controller housings. You'll also need some tweezers, or more preferably a pair of pliers, and some cleaning supplies too. Start by testing your controller to see what bumper button is causing the issues. Many times you can even hear a difference in the clicks too. The good units have a very clicky, responsive sound like this, and the bad units have a dull, flat thud without much sound like this. But once you know which one has the issue, crack open the housing by flipping over the controller and removing the 7 screws on the back. Don't forget the one in the center behind the barcode label too. You can just unscrew it through the label, but optionally I like to cut it open instead. Remove the circuit board and wipe it down with some IPA if it starts to look a little bit dirty too. You also want to inspect the inside edge of the buttons themselves. These little pegs can sometimes break off, which will obviously cause the bumpers to stop working. If that's the case, you can try to glue the extra parts back in place, but if that is not an option for you, you may need to replace the entire top button wing. But assuming that is not the case, another way to fix the bumpers is to drip IPA directly on top of the button and work it around inside to clean them. Dirt and debris can build up over time, and sometimes these just need a little bit of cleaning. Drench a Q-tip in IPA and drip it into the button housing, then rapidly press the button to work the IPA around inside. Hopefully that'll help to get some of them working again, but odds are you have another problem completely. With the controller's front facing you, look at the bumper buttons and see if they look straight. You can even grab something flat and lay it across the top of the middle connector to see them better. Do you see the gap between the buttons and the flat tool? There always should be a gap, but it should be even. The left button on this unit has a slightly larger gap than the right side, which means the pin that is meant to touch this button isn't hitting it as flush as it should be, and that causes inconsistencies between the button presses. This could be caused by dropping your controller and hitting it just right so that it bends the button out of place. Or if you're really gripping the top like the Hulk, that could bend these out of place too. So how can this be fixed? Easy. Take your pliers and gently bend the button upwards. It's literally that simple. Check it again with a straight edge just to make sure it's not bent too far, and if it looks about the same as your other button, you should be good. Test it out, and if you need to adjust it further, just gently bend the button a little bit more. Remember, a little goes a long way for these units too, so it's better to do several small adjustments than one large one. The second controller has similar issues, but instead of the button being too low, it's bent off to the left. So just like before, bend the button so it's straighter and the button pin can hit the pad better. You can hear the difference in clicks immediately just by holding the circuit board in the front housing. I've also noticed that when you go to test these, you'll want to tighten the screws fully so the board is completely seated too. Sometimes the bumpers won't align perfectly with the buttons if the housing isn't fully closed, but when I tested this one again, it was much more reliable now. I hope this helped you fix one of your issues, and if you're looking to fix some of your other items, be sure to check out my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next fix.